You mentioned that ish world, they're blackish and grownish, and neither show shies away from what's really going on in the conversations that people are having. But I did really first notice the casting of your role, and I did think it was extra important because the original woman is a lighter skinned black woman, and I do think it's important to show this interracial relationship with a darker skinned black woman, especially because we don't see interracial relationships reflected in like these loving, just normalized ways very often. So for you two playing these two characters, do you feel that extra importance of just like making sure this is like a loving, realistic relationship?
It's in the writing. I mean, it was there from day one. I don't think it's forced. It's organic. I mean, reading the scripts, it never feels like we're pushing something to somewhere that we shouldn't. This is a normal family. This is just it's just a man and a woman that are in love and have children. They happen to be black and white, and they have mixed kids, but other than that, it's a normal, loving relationship, normal family.
Yeah, but in the 80s, obviously, it wasn't very normalized.
And that's why our characters did what they did. Like, people ask, why did they come from the commune? Why are they dressed that way? What was the significance of that?
Right.
And that was because back in 1970, when we went to the commune, it wasn't accepted. The Loving Act hadn't been passed until 67, but it was still new for this to work.
And the Loving Act, if anybody doesn't know, is when interracial couples or whoever could get married. Were allowed to get married. So it was against the law.
And so even then, though, you know, even after it passed, in the story, our family and friends were not accepting of it. And so we ran from that and went to a commune where it was kumbaya and it was, you know, free love and whatnot. And then in the story, 15 years later, get the ATF raids the commune because that's what happens with communes.
And there's a Netflix documentary.
And there's a Netflix documentary about it. And that's where our story starts with you know, Rainbow Johnson's character being 12 years old, having to have lived her whole life in a sort of bubble, now having to deal with a very materialistic world in 1985, which is awesome for anyone who grew up in the 80s because of the music and the style and stuff like that. But for, you know, for our characters, it's a fish out of water story, which is going to make for fun television.